everyone, and welcome to the Dancing Bear Enlightenment Academy Holistic Transformation Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Beverly. Today, we have with us our special guest, Dilyana Mileva. Hopefully I said that right. She is a sleep expert known as the Sleep Fairy, a menopause coach, author, international speaker, and host of the podcast Menopause Made Easy. So obviously today's talk is for the ladies in the audience. The talk will be how to thrive through menopause. Welcome, Dilyana.
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm so excited for today's episode.
Well, we're glad to have you. So tell us your story about menopause and sleep issues. How did that get started for you?
I come with a background of as a yoga teacher, and then turn out to become holistic practitioners and use yoga as a tool for healing tool for the body and mind. And I was called inside to specialize in this specific topic because nobody talk about and nobody actually really spread the word how actually women can navigate during this transition period, how they connect with their body and mind so that they become more happier, healthier, and more balanced and in harmony. And because most of the women is dismissed by the doctors, and most of the doctors are male, they don't understand well how much the women suffer. And my heart, it's really in pain when I saw so many women don't knowing what to do, how to deal with that, and where to go for help. And going myself through this transition period in perimenopause was the turning point in my career when the doctors actually also want to prescribe me a sleeping pill or antidepressant. It just doesn't sound well for me. And I started to do the research. And during my research, I start my healing journey. Just my practice. And then, of course, what I find out is just with small tweaks in your lifestyle, you can really navigate this challenging period in a better way.
Very good. Yeah, it's emotionally and mentally and physically challenging for women, and it's not all in their head. They're not hypochondriacs. It's a big change.
It's a huge period of women's life, and the interesting fact is 1.3 million women enter in menopause each year, and nobody talk.
Million a year? Wow, that's a lot. So, how did you negotiate? I assume you've been through menopause, so you understand the challenges. So, how did you negotiate this change?
It's important to understand that you need to start to prioritize yourself and your need, and especially listen what your body is tell you to do. Because in my case, I didn't listen to my body. I keep pushing myself until I come to the point in a burnout, in extreme exhaustion. When slowly I start to really take care of a little bit better about myself. So prioritize yourself, schedule this me time. It's so important to slow down, let go, and turn inside more, have this silent moment, stillness moment for yourself, where you reflect, you nurture yourself. It just takes time to recharge and rejuvenate.
You know, that's good advice for everybody all the time.
Yes.
But whenever you're going through a transition, it's even more important to allocate maybe even extra time. That is so important. So how did you learn about sleep and becoming a sleep fairy?
It's because it was really challenging for me. It's the more debilitating thing, the insomnia. That can deprive you from to perform in your best, to really live your life in your full potential. So I myself experienced so much fatigue as I used to be somebody who jump out of the bed, who have active lifestyle, who love hiking, ride the bike, traveling, teach yoga, do yoga, and suddenly I wake up and something doesn't feel quite well. So I understood that some changes start to happening, but I didn't know that it's actually perimenopause in the beginning until later I discovered actually it's where it is. And what the women don't know is actually that these symptoms, this sleep problem can start decade before the menopause is official in their life, during menopause, which is just 1 year, and post-menopause, of course, after that, when still the body adjusts.
This is very, very true. Excuse me. And how do you find that sleep affects you the most?
Because my tiredness, and then I wake up many times during the night, and I cannot sleep enough hours. And I knew that I have to have at least 7-8 hours good deep night sleep to be able to the next day to perform in a better way, to feel better, to connect with others, to have a relationship, to do my duties and my responsibility in a better way. So I discovered that everything what you do during the day affect your sleep during the night. So depends how you live. If your cortisol is constantly high, if your cortisol is not balanced, of course you're under the stress, of course you cannot sleep.
That is true. So when you're working with your clients, do you have some processes or procedures or recommendations that you have for them?
I offer a free assessment to see where they are and where they're actually they're in their journey. But I suggest that they do also a hormone test with some specialists that I work with, if they don't know where to go. And then from there, knowing actually which hormone and affect them most and how they are in their hormone changes and all this. Of course, everybody is very individual, so everybody's individual approach can have individual approach. I have also group program for people who want just to try some relaxation techniques, mindfulness, meditation, breath work, just to start with self-care. So they have an option to choose a group program or individual approach.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's very helpful. And do you have suggestions for, like, does getting your sleep in order help with the mood swings that people sometimes experience?
So learning how to breathe through the nose during the day, during the night, is going to help them with circadian rhythm and how they sleep. So I emphasize of techniques with techniques which help to activate the vagus nerve, which is responsible of the sleep. Also, how you actually it's related with heartbeat, it's related with blood pressure. So it's important to learn how to train the brain that it's time to rest.
That's very true.
Yes.
Little rituals help.
Yes,
well.
little rituals. Yes.
And what about the proverbial nights or hot flashes? What do you suggest for that?
There's many tips and suggestions. Diet is important also, what you eat. You need to avoid spicy food. You need to observe what actually trigger the hot flashes. You need a cool environment when you sleep. But most important, also reduce the alcohol, the caffeine, and observe some elements need to be eliminated from your diet and the other need to be increased, such as you need more green vegetables, more nuts, more whole foods, more food rich of estrogen, if your estrogen start to drop also. So, and avoid spicy food, heavy meal in the evening, heavy meat, fried food. Also, it's something that you need to avoid.
And no fast foods.
No fast food. And no, I also observe your sugar level. Your sugar level
Yeah.
is really important during this period of time.
Yeah, that's true too. Very good. Now, I understand you have a free gift for our listeners, 3 steps toward menopause symptoms release. Tell us about that. Relief.
Yeah, in the page where they access the free gift, they can download the steps. There is also checklist that they can check their symptoms, where how they not what they think that they are most affect them to see but they are relevant for all the symptoms, the 3 steps and the 3 techniques that I described in the gift that they can start using right away can help with most of all the symptoms.
Very nice. Very nice. So do you have any closing comments for the audience?
If your symptoms driving you crazy, know that you're not alone. There's so many women like you. You're not crazy. And it's a period of time that you just need to switch some of your priority, prioritize yourself, take more give yourself more love, more self-care. And I hope that's going to help.
And I forgot to tell people how to get to your free gift. It's at menopausesupportacademy.com/relief. So menopause is MENOPAUSE supportacademy.com/relief. And if you're on YouTube, I'll post the link below. So thank you so much for being our guest today. And women do need what you offer. For me, menopause was pretty easy, but I know as an acupuncturist, I help a lot of people with menopause, and it is a problem. And you're right, self-care and sleep is crucial. So thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
And remember, everyone, to be the light you want to see in the world.